Heed well, listeners, for this world is darkness and pain. From the ice-capped mountains of Jotunheim to the untamed steppes in all their wild splendor. From shrouded Ophir, where dark creatures perform darker rites, to civilized lands like Argus and Zamar, where humans seek diversions, while their petty rulers wage endless war upon one another. The Stygian blackness of night encroaches from all sides, but some there are who stand against it. For revenge, for power, for bloodlust, or for principle. They bring their steel against this world. Throk of the wild barbarians, Arven of the Shadar Kai, Daro the Faceless One, and Raylan, the Promised One, Herald of Zalios. Against all they survey, these four will prevail. Or they will perish.
Hello! Hi!
Welcome! I thought I was doing this part.
I thought I was doing this part. Welcome to Shadows of Archonia! I am Sarah Boshear, stealing the introduction from Steve Boshear. Welcome to this very special episode as we are on hiatus from the regular game. Tonight we have a very special game of Honey Heist.
Honey Heist.
Featuring me
Nice.
as your guest Bear Master for the evening.
Is that what you're called?
I believe so, yes.
The Bear Master.
It is
The
now.
Bear Master.
Yeah.
It is now. It
Yeah.
is.
Ringleader.
Yes.
It's called BM for short.
Hey, Canuck!
Hello.
Welcome! Canuck is here.
Hello.
Um,
Do you want to go ahead and do the?
yeah, I'll do the credits
Yeah.
real quick. For those of you who haven't watched before, our regular campaign is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game, which we play every Friday night. We are on our 4th week of hiatus from that due to real-life scheduling conflicts. If you see me look left, it's because that's where the screen is with my friends on it. And if you see me look right, it's because that's where my wife is over here.
I'm not.
But if you see me look this way, I'm doing it for you. So next week, I think, perhaps the week after, but I think next week we're going to be getting back to our regular campaign. We make heavy use in that game of the Dark Arts Player's Companion, a third-party 5th edition supplement by John O'Man 3000. I'm not going to talk about it much, but go check it out. It's very cool. We talk about it every week. You just saw our intro, which is going to have nothing to do with tonight's game. We just use it to give ourselves time to settle in, and they didn't have time to make a special one for tonight. But the characters that you saw in the intro are the characters from our regular campaign. So in that intro, you heard music by J-Man at OurMusicBox. Check out his YouTube channel, OurMusicBox. It has all kinds of free music tracks that you can use in any of your creative projects for the price of crediting the composer. And he's a great guy who believes in Creative Commons work, and we love him. So go check it out, throw him a few coins, and let's see what else was in there. Oh, the voiceover in the intro was by Alexander George M.S, who's a good friend of the show. And all of the artwork in the intro is by yours truly. I am Steve Boshear, and if you catch me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, I'm Mighty Works Creative, or on ArtStation under my real name, Steve Boshear. I do take commissions, so if you like what you saw, hit me up, and I can do your RPG character or your entire party. in a digital 3D thing. So there's that. But this week, we're not doing any of that. This week, Honey Heist. Why don't you tell us about it?
All right. Honey Heist is a very popular game online because it is literally a single page long. This is a game by Grant Howitt. It was created at a GameCon in 2017. And you can find information on the game most simply by Googling Honey Heist. But you can find the game itself on Grant Howitt's website, gshowit.itch.io/honey-heist. So thank you very much to Mr. Howitt for creating this amazing game. So basically, here's the setup. It is HoneyCon. You, the players here at our virtual table, are here to undertake the greatest heist the world has ever seen. Two things to know. One, you have a plan that is complex and requires precise timing. Two, you are all bears. We have pre-rolled our characters, and everybody will be introduced in due time. Quite simply, everybody has two stats in this game, bear and criminal, which is on a sliding scale. Everybody starts at 3 in bear and 3 in criminal. If you roll a 6 when you do a check, you will lose. Let me back up a second here. I'll just read straight from the rules. That's probably easier than improvising.
You're whispering.
You have two stats, bear and criminal. Both start at 3. You use bear to maul stuff, run and climb, shrug off damage, scare people, and generally do bear stuff. You use criminal to do anything not directly related to being a bear. When you act and the outcome is in doubt, you roll a d6. If it's equal to or less than the relevant stat, you succeed. If it's over the stat, you fail. Now, if you're using your bear species special skill, or if you're doing something that is specific to your role in the heist, you can roll 2 dice and pick the lowest. Now, if you roll a dice and the dice you roll is a 6, we're going to introduce a little twist or unforeseen complication, and you're going to lose a point in that stat. And now for every point you lose in bear, you gain a point in criminal. If you lose a point in criminal, you gain a point in bear. And so the lower your stat, if you drop to 2, then you have to get a 2 or a 1 to succeed. So you want to keep it in the middle as much as possible. You lose points by getting a 6, but you can voluntarily get a point back in bear by eating a whole lot of honey. And you can voluntarily get a point back in criminal by describing in a flashback scene to the planning meeting that is where you and your fellow bears have planned out this heist in a dark and smoky bar. So I believe,
Gotcha.
yes, now if your criminal stat ever reaches 6, then you are lured into a life of crime and you betray the party, and you're out of the game. If your bear stat equals 6, you flip out bear style and lose it, presumably to be picked up by animal control, and you are out of the game as well.
Cool.
All right, and so that brings us to our game. Any questions from our players?
I brought this up earlier, but the people didn't know on the stream. But I was asking, are we sentient bears? And are there humans around? And
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes, yes, and yes. So we're going to play it by ear and kind of see how it goes. This is a human world, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
And you are,
So
your bears
so
trying
the-
to make it as criminals in this crazy human world.
So the
World isn't
humans are
made
still
for
the humans are still the dominant species.
Yes.
Okay.
I imagine it like Muppet Christmas Carol, where mostly everyone's a human, but when a Muppet walks in the room, everyone pretends not to notice.
Okay.
We'll see.
all right.
This is going to be, we'll take it by ear and we'll kind of see what kind of world we build tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds.
Whew. So, without further ado, every Honey Heist, every heist movie has to start with one person who has the idea, who has the vision, who has the will and the lack of risk management to attempt this. So, do I have a volunteer?
Oh man, I feel like it's only obvious.
Alan, are you gonna?
Wait. What, Steve? Steve, what did you get for your skill again? I mean, I got hacker. What did you get again?
I'm the driver, but also I'm retired, so one of you guys is gonna have to come after me.
Yeah.
I definitely can't be the one who starts this. You gotta pull me back in.
Yeah.
Joshua, what was your thing? Your skill?
Not me.
What was your skill again?
We're off to a great start, guys. Love that. Yes,
I thought you were
spirit.
the face.
Well, I am.
Well, then it's got to be you, right?
Go.
You're the mastermind. It's got to be.
Oh.
Nobody's the brains. Nobody got brains.
Well,
Yeah,
We
there's
seem
no
to be
brains.
missing brains in
I
this
would
group.
say that
Oh.
hackers have brains.
Carolyn, what was that?
I said I would say that hackers have brains.
Well, yes, but brains is one of the roles that we
Yes,
might have
literally.
taken.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Listen. I could get the job done. I just need a team who knows what they're doing, because I don't.
All right. Joshua, it sounds like you've been volunteered to go first. So very quickly, go ahead and introduce your bear to us. We open our heist on Joshua. Who is your bear, and what are they doing at this very moment, right before everything begins?
Well, just an old grizzly bear trying to make it in this bear world. Well, it's not a bear world, I guess, but I don't know. Whatever. It don't matter. I'm not particularly on the smarts, But I'm leaning up against a tree, scratching my back just a little bit, thinking, I ain't never done something like this before, but I think I ought to do something.
And as you are thinking that, the person that you have already, that you've already sent and started your plan into motion, gives you a call. What does your ringtone sound like? Perfect.
I like
Oh my
that.
God, always with this guy.
Yep. You pick up. You recognize the name on your bear phone and the ringtone, of course. It is your dear friend. What is your friend's name?
What is my friend's name?
And
Is
what
this
is
supposed to be
your
one of
name?
us?
No, it is not. It is
Oh.
not anybody in the room. Make up your buddy, your trusted compatriot who is with you in this quest.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, that's Ruxpin.
Ruxpin,
Ruxpin.
perfect.
There he
Alrighty.
is, right on cue.
And lastly, my friend, what is your name? What is your bear name?
Hey, you got Brock.
Rock.
Brock, man, it's me, Ruxpin! Oh, man, you were right. I was just down there scoping out HoneyCon. Oh, man, this is going to be the heist of a lifetime. I'm telling you, buddy. Listen, you were right. Now HoneyCon this year, it's going to be at the Old Gimmick Grand Lodge off of Lake Onomatopoeia. Have you been there before? It's that big lakeside resort. A lot of tourists, a lot of rangers, very famous.
Yeah, Ruxpin. I mean, we went there together. It just, you gotta slow down just a little bit.
No. I ain't got time, Brock. You gotta listen to me. Listen, really, this is the score of a lifetime. There is gonna be millions of dollars of honey here. Listen, they're loading it in right now. I can see them at the docks. The high rollers are here, man. The top level of the convention, it's just a show. The real dealers are setting things up in the basement. And guess what they got this year?
What they got this year? Tell me now. Come
They
on,
got
Ruxpin, don't
Miss
hold out.
Universe 2017. The best beauty queen ever.
Oh.
I'm telling you, this is the queen bee to end all queen bees. I mean, 2018, 2019, 2020 didn't hold a candle. 2017's where it's at. And she's here.
Oh, yeah.
They got her here in the basement, in the vault, man.
Well, all right. We gotta get down to that basement there.
That's right. But listen. You gotta understand. Oh, shh. Okay, listen. Okay,
What?
listen. Here's what I found. Okay, the problem is the security. It's Ranger Smith. You remember Ranger Smith? Ruthless
No.
son of a bitch. He's got the whole place on lockdown. So he's got the only way in and out is the one road, and that goes straight through the ranger station. So you're gonna have to figure out a way to get past that. The woods, the lake, they're crawling. He called in, you're not gonna believe this, man. He crawled in animal control.
He didn't.
He did. They're patrolling the woods. It's messed
That
up,
little
man.
troll.
And then when you get to the old Gimme Grand Lodge, they got cameras all over the place. You're gonna have to get past the cameras. They're all
Okay.
linked up to the control center, up in the penthouse. And Ranger Smith's up there. He can see everything that's going on. You're gonna have to find a way to take down the cameras.
Okay.
Then he's also got, now in the basement where the high rollers are at, that
Yeah.
whole place is rigged with booby traps. Talking
Ooh.
like laser traps and those kind of traps where if you step on a thing, like it shoots you with darts and stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay. Yep.
But listen, that's not the worst part, man. Listen, there's not the worst part at all. Because, you
What?
know, listen, things have changed since the last time we were here. I don't know. Listen, I ain't got much time. But the whole place, no!
No.
No!
Wait.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just a bit. No!
Ruxpin.
Don't take out the. Nah! And the phone
Ruxpin.
line goes dead in your hand.
Damn.
Ruxpin.
Damn.
Ruxpin. You better not be playing a trick on me now, Ruxpin.
All right, Joshua, it's time for you
Yeah.
to recruit the next person in your bear gang.
They can be
Okay.
Ruxpin.
That's right. Ruxpin has disappeared. You are unable to reach him, no matter how often you call back. The line just rings and rings and rings and goes to voicemail.
Oh,
And he didn't even
man.
set up his voicemail. It just has that message like the user has not set up their voicemail. Ruxpin was never very good with phones, so yeah.
Ruxpin, you ain't never.
All right.
You should have stuck to the landline. Ugh.
So Joshua,
Alright.
you have
Yeah.
a driver, a hacker, and a thief. Which one do you go to first?
Well, you know, legend tells of a bear who used to be the fastest driver for everybody. And you know, if there was anybody you was gonna go to, it's gonna be him, especially because he's gonna know everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, you
Go
know,
for the driver.
you're gonna go for the driver.
All right, Steve, go ahead and tell us what your bear is doing.
I am currently leaning back in a chair at a round table full of guys, human guys, in a dark room filled with smoke from our cigars. As I card shark a room full of dudes in a poker game in my bowler hat
Nice,
with my bright white polar bear fur.
very nice. All right, Brock, how do you get a hold of? This is what you find. This is what your buddy, your old buddy, the driver's up to. Polar bear driver. How do you reach out to him? Are you in person, on the phone? What would you like to do?
Well, it's no secret where he hangs out. So I think I'm gonna go, well, bust up a card game.
All right, go ahead.
So Rocco just bust open the door to the room.
Just the music cuts.
Well,
Everybody
guys,
turns around and
it's
stares at
all
you.
right. It's all right. I know this guy. He's all right. Where were we? You, Brock? You just sit down for a minute. We're in the middle of something here. All right. How do you play poker?
Across the table from you, are you playing poker with bears or people?
People.
People. Across the table from you, a very low-life characters kind of look at each other like, somebody else says, just give the talking bear what he wants. Somebody's like, well, poker is a game where everybody draws cards and you want to create certain combinations in your hand.
I'm going to have to slow you down there, champ.
Yeah.
I was told there were chips involved.
He quietly points to the pile of plastic chips on the table. And well, looks like you won, guys. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Bear. That was real impressive.
What are you talking about?
everybody
Bear?
else
What do you
is-
mean by bear? Can't
Everybody
you
goes, "We're
tell
fine."
I'm a man by my fancy hat?
Everybody nods. And like one guy starts to take out a gun, and everybody's like, "No, no, no! Have you seen those documentaries? Like one bullet's not going to take him down." So everybody's like, "Well, congratulations! You've won all the chips. I'm going to take my money back, and I'm just gonna." Oh. And he's going to grab the money and bolt for the door. Go ahead and roll for bear to see if you scare this guy into dropping.
I got 4. That means I fail, right?
It did. You have sufficiently confused this guy that he just doesn't know what to think. You do terrify him, but he keeps his wits about him, and he makes it out the door with his money, and all the rest of the people at the table follow him. There's probably a little bit of stuff left behind you can pick up, but generally speaking, yes, you are.
It's all right, Brock.
No.
I got the chips.
All right. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
Oh,
Hey,
no, man. Maybe the red ones are better.
Oh.
Oh, come on. What are you doing here anyway?
Well, you know, I was well, it's funny you ask. I was just talking to Ruxpin.
Oh, no. I want nothing to do with nothing that Ruxpin's got you into. I'm out of the game. You know that.
No, Ruxpin ain't got me. Now look. See, now Ruxpin ain't got me into nothing. Except I think he got himself into something. And
Well, he can just stay in it, because I'm retired.
what?
I got a lot of chips to taste test, and I got no time for stealing, no whatever you're after. I tried stealing the fish with you. We lost Jerry to that. I tried stealing all of those hot dogs from the grocery store, and half of them fell off the wagon.
Well, now look, that's just because I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that you know what you're doing, and I know that you know who knows what they're doing. So if we put together this thing where you and me and now look, them chips right there don't taste so good now, do they?
No, I think the humans
No.
are just.
No.
I think they knew I was a bear, and they put bad chips on the table because they didn't want to share.
Listen.
But there's a whole snack table over there that I got to earlier. There's like a broken table in the middle of the room with just bowls all over the floor.
But if you just gather, let's just gather up all them chips right there, because we gonna get something to dip them chips in. If you know what I'm saying, you know, the golden dip for the chip. That's what they call it. That's what they call it in my neck of the woods. The golden dip for the chip.
Cheese dip.
There's about.
You talking about cheese dip there, Brock? I can get that just by going and breaking into the grocery store.
You know it ain't cheese. Look, what do they call it? It don't matter what they call it. There's a bee with the honey, right? Over at the honeycomb. You know, really, I wasn't listening. The signal was breaking up. But anyway, it's over yonder ways. And there's
Brock,
a lot of it.
Are you telling me that you and Ruxpin want to knock over HoneyCon?
Well, if we accidentally knock it over while we're getting honey, sure.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Knew it. Over the river and through the woods.
This is my last time, though, Brock. You hear me? Last time.
Yep. That's
Sure,
what you said the last
is.
time. And the last time. And like, hey, how come all these cards got pictures on them? This guy was gonna lose.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's stabbing himself in the head. I don't know.
That's
All
funny.
right. That seems like a good point to cut. And we're going to go ahead, and you have, Steve, you have your hacker and you have your thief. Who are you going to recruit next?
Well, I guess I gotta go for my thief friend since we're stealing stuff.
Makes sense. All right, Carolyn, go ahead and give us a quick rundown of what your character looks like and what your character is up to at this exciting fork in the road in her life.
My character is lounging on a lovely chaise with her very sleek black and white fur, this lovely honey badger with her crown, because she's also very bougie, and her sleek coat is dipping one claw in some honey and stirring it around and giving it a quick taste test, and just lounging, really, and enjoying her time.
Very nice. All right. Steve, how would you like to enter the scene? And also, if you can drop your character's name, that would be great.
Oh yeah, you never asked. I'm Cuddles.
Thanks.
You say
Couldn't have
Kettles?
asked for more.
Cuddles.
Cuddles.
Mr. Cuddles. But you
Kettles,
can call
right,
me
right.
Cuddles.
Yeah.
Cuddles, comma, Mister.
So, I know what you're doing. Where are you doing it? Are you at your house, or someone's house?
Absolutely.
You're at
Well,
a house.
I am at my den, and my chaise is obviously just a log, really, outside of my den, and I'm sunning myself.
And what's your name?
Hakata.
Oh right, you told us that earlier. So me and Brock are just gonna come stomping up as lightly as bears stomp. I'm
I
gonna.
have one eye. You are blocking my son.
That may be so, but I can move over there. So I will move over there and cease blocking the sun.
Thank you.
but Brock was standing behind him, so now I'm Brock blocking the sun. Oh,
You are two
Sorry.
very tall bears. Yes.
I moved.
Takata, do you know these bears? Have you met them before?
I do know them. And I just kind of give them the once over and say, why are you here?
What you eating there, Hakata?
The good stuff. Only the best for me, obviously. Do you want some?
Yeah, I do, but I don't need yours. See, me and Brock here, we need your help with something.
What?
Tell her, Brock.
Well, now you see, there's a lot more of that, and I know where it's at.
I'm sorry, I have to step away, guys. There's boys making noise. Brock can continue the recruitment pitch.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, Mr. Cuddles wanders off to the side of the forest and stares up into the beautiful tree branches and reflects upon his retirement.
You'll have to forgive him. He does that from time to time. You know?
He's old.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's more of this?
Oh, yeah. I'm talking like, a lot of it. I'm not really sure. I was on the phone with Ruxpin, you see, and he told me about how much there was, and it was like something million or something with a comma. I don't know, but anyway, it's a lot. And they also now, you know what? I like your crown. I like your crown.
Thank you. It's staying on my head. You cannot have it.
Yeah, no, I don't want it. I'm just, hang on just a second. I'm just saying that there's some background noise in my ear. Hang on. Sorry, one moment. Okay, I'm back. Anyway.
We apparently just have a bunch of old bears.
The crown. Yeah, right. Ruckman also said something about a queen. And I don't know. You might want to come along and steal another crown for yourself, along with some of that golden, good golden the dip for the chip. I done forgot what I called it.
Hey, sorry guys, I got lost. Which way is HoneyCon?
What? We're going where?
Oh yeah. Did you tell her, Brock?
He did not. He said something about honey and a crown.
Okay, here's the thing. We're stealing stuff.
Yeah, I got that much.
You're a stealer, right?
That is rude.
Oh, sorry.
I prefer the term liberator.
liberator of things that aren't yours.
Yes. We're going to HoneyCon, you say.
Yep, well, that's what Ruxpin says. Now, I know how we all feel about Ruxpin. Guy's got a screw loose, but if he's got a real plan, maybe we can make this work. Get one last score.
And what's his real plan with HoneyCon?
To take the honey.
Heck yeah.
HoneyCon, as you know, is heavily guarded. Yes, you're aware of this.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, but I got an idea about that. See,
Is
the
that
thing
where we-
is,
Oh.
we're bears. That can be where we cut. That's fine. I don't care.
All right. And so, it's time to reach out. After considering perhaps a brief silent montage of the three of you sitting and discussing HoneyCon and trying to extract as much information as Ruxpin gave Brock and Brock can remember, you realize that you need one final person for this team. Alan, can you describe to us where you are and what you are?
So pretty far away from the camp, there's a big hole that goes deep, deep down. I'm talking like about maybe a couple 20 feet down, and that's where you find the honey badger, code name Bosley.
Wait, you have a code name?
Yeah, code name Bosley.
What's your name?
No one knows.
You picked a code name and it was Bosley?
Yeah.
That sounds like just a name.
He's a bear.
You don't want to know what it. Let's just say he's really embarrassed by his real name.
Mike.
And he's actually deep on the ground. You just see like the light of like a single monitor, and he's like, they just tap you on it. just tapping constantly, and like windows are popping up over and over and over, and he's just saying to himself, yes, soon I'll get all the honey, all for myself, no one else, it will all be mine.
Who would like to disturb Bosley in his scheming?
Well, I don't think that me or Brock will fit down this hole, so...
Yep.
All right.
I suppose I will scramble down,
Yes.
and once I reach the bottom, I kind of brush myself off. Boz, darling. Bosley. Boz,
Hakata.
we have a job.
Okay, just close that shade. There's too much light. There's too much light.
The underground shade.
Yep.
What's up, Hakata?
So apparently,
He goes back to typing.
Rustin has decided
The typing is so
we're going to
loud.
hit HoneyCon.
As soon as he hears HoneyCon, he stops. Did you
Yeah.
say
I did.
HoneyCon?
I did.
Hakata, no.
I know.
You can't be serious. That place is the most
know.
fortified. No one has gotten in. No one.
I know.
I'm
We
in.
need you, boss.
I'm in.
Fantastic.
I'll get to work right away.
So when these two come back up, first thing I'm going to say is, who's got a car?
A what?
Never mind. I'll go get one.
All right, and that brings in all of our bears. So let's recap really quickly. I just want to go around and everybody tell me your descriptor, your bear type, your role, and your hat.
Okay. Well, we
Steve?
can go around the L shape
Yes.
there. I am Mr. Cuddles. I am a retired polar bear driver in a bowler hat.
All right, Joshua.
Howdy, y'all. I am a grizzly bear named Barack, who just happens to be the face.
All right, and what was your descriptor? If you want, you can just make one up to fit with the character you've already been playing. You don't need to go with what you rolled.
Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, what was that? Oh, rookie. That's right. That was a rookie. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know how this works. I just know that it happens.
That's even better that you're, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Alan.
Like I said, honey badger named Bosley, hacker, and bowler hat.
And your descriptor?
Was that something separate?
I
it was
remember
hacker. Right?
yours was
Hacker.
No, it would be rookie, washed up, retired, unhinged, slick, or incompetent.
yours was
Oh,
unhinged.
unhinge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unhinge.
And Carolyn.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, what hat were you wearing? I forgot. I missed that one.
Bowler hat.
Oh, we're both bowler hat guys.
Yeah, both bowler hat. I thought there was one.
Mhm.
I'm cowboy.
All right, and Carolyn.
I am Hakata. I am a slick honey badger who is a thief wearing a crown. A tiara, I suppose.
Fantastic. All right, so here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. You've gathered in your favorite hideout to plan out your heist, and I'm literally going to have you on a timer, and so you can just sort out kind of your general plan, and as the heist begins and takes place, you can flash back to this room and add things on.
Okay.
So go ahead. Mhm.
Can you repeat what
Yes.
Ruxpin said about the layout and the security?
Yes. So after a lot of prompting of Brock, you get him to remember the
Yeah.
following key pieces of information. HoneyCon is at the Ogimi Grand Lodge off Lake Onomatopoeia. There is a sort of a like guest level convention, but there's millions of honey, and Miss Universe 2017, a prize-winning queen bee, in the basement.
Did you
where
say
the
millions of honey?
millions in honey?
Oh, millions in honey. Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
but the prize is millions in honey and the world's greatest queen bee in the basement of the lodge, which is where the real deals are going down. The security is being handled by Ranger Smith. There is only one road in or out, and otherwise you'd have to go through the forest or go over the lake, which are both being patrolled by animal control. The Ogimi is rigged with CCTV cameras, and the control room is upstairs in the penthouse. The bee is in the basement, and so is the millions in honey, and it is rigged with booby traps. And Ruxpin was about to warn you about something else when he was, he was mysteriously interrupted.
Okay.
If you want, everybody at this point can go ahead and roll one stat, and I will give you an extra bit of information. You can choose whether you want to roll a bear stat or a criminal stat, and I will give you something related.
Okay. Well, due to my great experience, I will roll criminal.
All right.
I got 3.
That is equal to your current score of 3. So
Is that a success or a fail?
that is a success.
Okay.
So you know that there is a access road that will get you most of the way there. It does not go all the way up to the lodge. You would have to get through a quarter mile of woods and forest, but there is another road in.
Okay.
Okay, next.
I'm gonna bear because my back's itching again.
All right, roll for bear.
I got a 3.
That is equal to your bear stat. So as a grizzly bear, your special skill is Terrify. You know that... should I put this? You know that you can probably have better luck swimming across the lake than getting through the woods, and you can probably approach the animal control officers will try to shoo you away before they start firing indiscriminately if you attempt to get through the woods or the lodge. And you also know, I'll say, add on that HoneyCon bears are very popular at HoneyCon. There's a lot of bear mascots linked to honey, and you might be able to pass off your bear self as a disguise if you're able to stand on your 2 hind legs. All right, next.
All right.
Alan?
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to try just... can I use my hacking skills at all to try to hack into the con?
Go ahead and roll, and I'll give you some information.
That would be rolling criminal, right?
Yes, rolling criminal.
I got a 2.
That passes because that's less than 3. You do some research on this CCTV system, and you determine that it would probably be really... It's possible you could hack in from the main convention floor, but it would be very difficult. It might be easier for you if you can get into that control room and just access the CCTV directly.
Okay.
And Carolyn?
I got a 1.
Also below your bears? Are you going bear or criminal?
Criminal.
Criminal?
Sorry.
As a thief, you know that you do some research and discover that the vault and the queen bee are being kept in the same vault. So you only have to get through one vault in order to get kind of both prizes. And that you will need to have a plan. It will probably take it will take at least 2 of you in the vault after somebody has deactivated all the security to actually physically move all the honey and the bee. All right. And so you guys have a lot of information. I'll give you 5 minutes to come up with sort of a general plan. And then you guys can put your plan into action.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
go.
So right away, Bosley goes up to Cuddles. Actually, since he actually climbs up Cuddles' back, and goes up to his shoulder, and he's like,
Hey, Boz.
Cuddles.
What's up, Boz?
So I've been doing some research about the security, and it's not looking good. This place is hardwired, so tight. You're gonna have to get me into that control room if I'm gonna have to make any kind of damage.
Well, I don't know about getting you into the control room, but I can get you to the building. See, what they forgot about, there's an access road heading up there.
Okay.
You know Ranger Smith. He closed down that main road, but that doesn't mean we can't get there.
All right. Sounds good, boss. And he starts like calming down.
Hey, Brock. Did you tell them? Did you tell him I'm the boss?
Well, you know, somebody's got to do it.
You see Bosley give Brock a wink.
Attaboy.
Hakata,
Yes.
you're the expert stealer of things. Maybe you should be in charge. I can drive a car. That's my contribution.
Look, all I know is that they'll be keeping the queen bee and the honey in the same vault. So, as long as we can get to that vault, we're good to go.
But you won't even be able to get in unless I get to the control room.
Now
Right.
we might be able to get in. There's a lot of people who's gonna be dressed up like bears, and so we just gotta be like them people and do the two-legged thing, and we'll be able to get through.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I'm the size of a small child.
What?
We're kind of small.
Well, you that's all right. Y'all be my kids. I'm bringing you the honeycomb. Yeah, it's good. It'll work.
Maybe I can just be on your shoulder the whole time, Brock.
Uh,
And you could just pretend I'm your, what do they call them? Pets?
y'all right? That'd be kind of weird if my kid was dressed like my pet, though. Oh, whatever. They're people. They do
Bosley,
weird
darling,
stuff. Yeah.
I don't think anyone would believe that you or I would ever be a pet.
You just see Bosley with a sad face.
I love you, darling, but we're far too for that.
You'll see. When I get the honey, I'll be anybody's pet.
1 minute left for planning, you guys. Anything else you want to discuss before we begin the heist?
Yeah, step one. We got to get a vehicle. There's a used car lot down the hill,
Okay.
and last time I went by there, they had a Humvee.
Okay.
I say we just bear our way in there and take that Humvee.
And step 2, get me into the control room, right?
Maybe it's an armored Humvee. I can try just driving it right in.
You can.
That'd be a way to make an entrance to Honeycomb.
And then step 3, we get to the vault.
Yeah.
Hang it
Okay.
out.
I'm gonna idle. I'm gonna drive up. I'm gonna let you guys go in. I'm gonna idle outside and try to keep. That's the timer.
It is the timer.
All right.
Just in
Okay.
time.
All right.
Sounds like you got your 4-step plan.
Pretty much.
Step 1, get the car.
We'll come up.
Step 2, get Bosley up to the control booth. Step 3, Hakata steals the stuff in the vault. And step 4, you get out.
Just leave, yeah. Mhm.
All right. So do you want
About
to
it.
pick it up then at the used car lot? Or do you want to just go ahead and jump straight to
It's up
driving
to
your
you.
armored Humvee?
You
No,
let
it's
us
up to
know.
you.
I mean, I'm just gonna. I'm
We
thinking
can
we
just
just
start
rush.
with the yeah.
Yeah, we just rush the used car lot and take the Humvee and drive away. I'm gonna use my claw to jam the ignition and just go.
Nice.
Well, Bosley is riding Cuddle's back this whole time, so he's just in for the ride.
All right.
Awesome.
And
All
Brock should be scaring away the employees while we do it.
Oh, yeah.
As we swing back to pick everyone up, I'm just like, just like the old days, tearing down the road.
And thus, your first little mini theft completed. You all hop into the Humvee and roar away. and we pick back up in the woods of Lake Onomatopoeia, barreling down the access road. The lodge roof, just the distinctive triangular peaks, just barely visible through the trees, a good half-mile off, as you guys climb your way through this dirt road through the thick woods that hides this road from the lodge. Just as you are reaching the closest place, the place you know that will get you just a quarter mile away from the lodge, you suddenly see, you round a corner, blind corner, and in the middle of the road is a forestry truck that has been parked across the road. Roll me very quickly a criminal reaction to see what happens. 5. You smash directly into the forestry truck, and it goes boom, tips over with a loud crash.
Guys, did anyone see a truck just now?
How could you miss it? Actually,
I didn't miss it.
Yeah, you sure got it, Cuddles.
Taking a look to investigate, you see there is nobody in the truck. It looks like it has been abandoned here. The doors were open. It's looking a little worse for wear. And now it is knocked over on its side, and it is thoroughly wedged across the road. So you are not going any further.
I'm going to get out of the Humvee and approach the forestry truck. And can I sniff it and see if I can detect
roll for bear.
An animal attack of any kind? 6.
So you sniff and you sniff, but being back in the woods after so long in the city, you just can't. It's like you've lost your bear senses. You are out of touch with being a bear. You feel frustrated and angry, and you are going to drop a point in bear and gain a point in criminal as you are unable to pick up the scent that you want.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I see if there's any electronics in the car, like maybe a
Yes.
walkie-talkie or something?
Roll for criminal.
I got a 4.
That also fails. And so in criminal, you waddle over or squirm over, as a honey badger does in its unique honey badger way, and you are trying to like swarm all over this truck and find stuff, and you see a walkie-talkie, and you see electronics, and you see this, and you see that, and as you're worming your way through it, you start getting, your claws are stuck, and you're pulling stuff out, and you can smell honey. You can smell honey in here, and it's getting you really excited. You do not find any electronics, and the electronics that you do, you manage to sort of yank right out of the ignition or the side of the truck. And you rolled a 4, so you're not going to lose any points, but you do fail that roll.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. Anybody else want to do any checks? Or
Could I sniff around for humans?
yes, go ahead and roll me a bear. Bear check.
3.
That matches. So yes, you actually notice, and you are very surprised to notice, there is no human scent here. Or there is, because this is a human vehicle, but the scent is very, very old. And you think that a human has not been here in some time.
Do I know how much time?
You're pretty sure that no human drove this truck into the woods.
Okay.
Did I drive this truck?
Boys, I think we have competition.
Competition?
Or this might be Ruxpin. I don't know.
Okay. We got 2 choices. This happened to me once before. Well, it happened to me twice before. I'll tell you what we can do. we can try and find out who it is, and team up with them, increase our odds of getting that honey. Or we can push this truck off the road, rip all the parts out of the engine, eat the tires, and go get the honey ourselves.
I don't want to share no honey.
Okay,
Yeah.
plan B it is.
Let's push that thing out of the way. Let me see what good old Brock can do with that.
All right, come on, Brock, let's push a truck.
All right, you guys, go ahead. Anybody who wants to help can roll a bear check.
Definitely destroying the truck
Yeah.
and
You
hiding.
know what? Actually, no. I'm not even going to make you guys roll it. That's you can destroy this truck easily. There's no
Yeah.
need for a
Yes.
check.
We are in
You
fact
have
bears.
Totally
yes,
destroy
you are
it.
bears.
Okay.
This is yes.
Yeah.
There is no challenge in destroying a truck. You rip that truck, you shove it off the road, you eat the tires, you rip out the rest of the electronics, and this is a disabled truck now.
Everyone back in the Humvee.
I saw that on one of them video games that them kids were playing where the karate people hitting, it was awesome.
Oh my God, Brock!
You
Did you
are
see
at
that one
the-
video game where they were actually hunting
disembark
bears?
Oh, I said you are at the disembark point. This is where you would want to go to the lodge.
Okay.
Oh.
I did not realize that.
Sorry.
Okay. Guys, I just realized
Yep.
this is where we were headed to, right here. You guys,
Oh.
the lodge is just over that way. I'll wait here, keep the engine warm.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Poor truck. Didn't even see it coming.
all right. I'm just gonna hang with you, Brock. And you just see Bosley like go on your shoulder.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Hold on a second, Bosley. I'm going to reach over
Yeah?
and take your hat, and then I'm going to give you my hat and say, for luck.
Isn't your head like so much bigger than mine?
No.
Your hat is too small for you. Your hat is too big for you. You switch hats, and again, the hat's too small for you and too big for you.
We wear the same size.
Okay.
Yes.
Bosley like looks at you and he actually has like a little like tear coming down. He's like, yeah.
That hat's gotten me through many a heist.
Yeah. Now,
I'll do you proud, boss.
Okay, I'm not the boss. All right, go on.
You got it,
Okay.
boss.
Okay, do what I tell you and stop calling me the boss.
All right. Are you guys ready to head off into the woods?
Cuddles, keep your phone on.
My what?
Your phone. Tell me you got a phone. Cuddles.
He can have one of mine. I have like 3.
Oh, I ate one of these once.
Yeah, don't eat that one. No, look, Cuddles. We got just in case we need, the boss. Don't eat it. Wait till we get the honey. Dip it in the honey, then eat it. Deal?
Okay.
All right.
That's the kind of professionalism that gets you into gigs like this, even at your young age.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
All right.
All right, let's go.
So you guys go ahead and strike off into the woods. You can see the lodge pretty clearly now. You are facing the back, but even from this side, you can see that very famous architecture. This is a well-known place, the Ogimi Grand Lodge. And as though you are making your way towards it, you hear distant barking. What's that, boy? Somebody out there? And you can see coming towards you through the woods, you can just barely make out movement coming. The lodge is dead ahead of you, maybe about 100 yards, and then 50 yards towards your right, you can see movement in the woods. and you suspect that this is one of the animal control officers on patrol.
Oh.
Okay. We got two options. We either listen to them. Take them out. Yeah, take them out. Sorry. Did I say listen to them? I didn't mean listen to them. Or we make a run for it.
I mean, maybe you can take them out, and I can try to sneak past as you're distracting them.
I hadn't thought about that.
Hello
I guess
out there. Somebody there? Woof, woof,
Get him, Brock.
I will.
It's okay,
I'll
boy.
take the dog.
You're a good dog. Oh, I love you, Fido. You're my only friend out here.
Oh boy.
Ah.
I
Love
take
make
the
me
dog,
feel
you
Fido.
take the human.
What?
I'll take the dog, you take the human.
You take the dog, I'll take the human. All right. Yep. All right.
Fido, I'm gonna miss you. Just 2 weeks away from retirement. Oh,
Honey Badger
it's been a
don't care.
good life. As an animal control officer in the national parks, doing my part to really help restock and protect our nation's heritage.
Yep. I'm feeling real bad about this. Feeling real bad sort of
not.
way.
Get him, Brock.
Oh boy.
Honey Badger really don't care.
He's getting closer. He's like, "Is that somebody
Okay.
there? Hello? Can I help you?"
Yeah. And Rock just kind of like half-heartedly, jumps out and
Nice.
tries to scare the
Try to
animal
scare him
control.
away. All right,
Carnage
so
on the dog.
okay. So, Brock, to be 100% clear, are you trying to scare him or are you attacking him? Oh, I lost
Well,
microphone.
Scare him first.
Scare him first. Okay. And and Hakata, you are attacking the dog.
Cause
Yes, you
I'm
are.
a grizzly, and that's what
All right.
that's what I do.
Both of you
I'm trying to
guys,
Because I'm a honey
Oh.
badger.
yes. Anything you want to call for, Bosley?
Well, as this is happening, I'm going to try to sneak by.
All right. So let me have Joshua and Carolyn roll with advantage for bears, because you guys both are doing your specific bear skill. And Bosley,
Great.
can you roll for me as, I'm going to say roll as criminal.
Okay. Just one?
Yes, just roll once.
Ooh, got 3.
You got
That's-
a 3. All right.
3.
So everybody rolled a 3, which is pretty crazy.
3. That is good.
But that means that everybody passes. And
Nice.
so, Brock, you jump out, and it is like this guy's worst nightmare. Full grizzly. Ah! He's like, ah! And he turns and books it through the woods. Carolyn, you attack the German Shepherd, who, as it turned out, beat his wife and kids, and so you and his wife and his puppies. So it's really a good thing that you successfully attack this dog and take it down, and still
Right.
maintain your protagonist status. And Bosley, you successfully, as all this is going down, into the underbrush, and you're gone. You are well on your way to the lodge. Nobody has seen you.
Nice.
All right. So-
Hakata, did you see that? I didn't even think I could do that. Oh. Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, I'm like wiping my claws in the grass.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's go.
Meanwhile, I'm up at the truck, just flipping through Polar Bear Quarterly. That's all.
Yep. All right. And so, Bosley, you make it to the lodge well before your friends do, and you see the animal control officer sprinting towards the opposite corner of the building, and he's got his walkie-talkie in hand, and he is calling for animal control backup. And you can hear he is not calling though. He is going, I need all officers available to the back of the lodge. We got a grizzly within 100 yards of the lodge. Oh, I need everybody here. Everybody on alert. We need to keep all guests inside the lodge, and we need all animal control officers to the back of the lodge. And he is gone around the corner of the building towards the right. Bosley, you reach the lodge to the left, and Brock and Hakata are a little bit behind you. Do you want to wait for them, or do you want to keep going without them? They are also, I presume, following you to the left.
I'm going to keep going.
All right.
I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try to get up to the top floor where the control center is.
Nice. So you're going to try to climb the outside of the hotel.
Yeah.
Excellent. Love it. So this is a bear stat. So go ahead and roll me another bear check.
Oh. Sorry, dropped it.
And
Got
Bosley
one.
falls straight out of the forest. Oh, 1. You
Yeah.
swarm up this building in true honey badger fashion. That's right. It is. Yep. This is a old school lodge made of replica wooden logs, lovingly crafted, and it's like we'll walk through the park for you. This could not be easier.
Nice.
You
Nice.
easily scale the wall, and you are up at the top floor by the time these two reach the bottom door. So what would you guys, Hakata and Brock, you reach the edge of the lodge, the back of the lodge, at the same time that Bosley has reached the top ceiling. You look up and you can see him making his way in through a window, I assume? You see him reach a window, we'll say. And so what would you guys like to do? You can try to climb up after him. There is also a couple of exit doors on the back of the lodge. And I'll tell you, when you try one, though, it is locked. And you can hear from inside a lot of noise, a lot of people, a lot of movement.
Well, I mean, thing is that don't Bosley need to go up and we need to go down? I don't know.
Hakata, what would you like to do?
Figure out my audio.
You did. It's way better.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do anything though.
That's the clearest you've been all night.
Somehow.
Weird.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
only
sorry.
time
Can
all
you
night.
repeat all of that?
You got it. Bosley has, when you reach the back of the lodge, there are a couple of doors that are locked. You see that Bosley is climbing in. He's just reached the top floor. Would you like to go after him? Would you like to try to get into the lodge? There's no real windows back here. This is very, like, back of the house stuff. It's just like a couple of really plain service doors. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming he's going for the control room then, right?
Makes sense.
Right. Probably.
Right. And I don't
Probably.
actually know which vault they're in, so I would have to go to the control room to see the cameras. So I'm going to follow him.
All right, you're going to climb up
yeah.
after him?
Oh, well,
Yep.
I didn't really expect both of you to go up there, but
And go ahead and roll me a bear check as well, please, Carolyn.
2.
2? Okay. And so, yes, you also, as a fellow honey badger, easily just boom, 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 straight up the side. All right. Brock, what would you like to do as you watch your friends disappear towards the roof? Are you going to go after them, or are you going to go in?
I reckon I better. Oh man, if only I had more experience. I think I'm gonna just try to climb up this thing. It looks close enough, like a tree.
Oh.
I'll go after you.
For me?
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a 3. Ugh, it's a little tough.
It's harder on you than it is on them, but you do make it. You are surprisingly nimble, and as any bear, it's just climbing. It's like climbing several trees instead of one, and you become just zen with it as you go higher and higher and higher. You guys all meet up at the top floor. There are basically there is a sort of a series of gables sticking out from the roof, and you can see that one part of the roof is higher, like sort of a wide tower that looks like it might be 2 or 3 rooms wide. That is like another extra single floor on top of the Ogimi Grand Lodge, and then everything else is a single window. Do you want to try to look in the windows without being spotted? Do you want to just go through? What would you like to try to do?
Well, I'm furthest in, right?
Yes.
So far.
Yes, you go first.
So I'm not on the floor where the control center is yet, right?
You don't know. You know it's in the penthouse, and you know the penthouse is usually in the highest part of the lodge. If you want to take an extra point in criminal, you can do a flashback and talk about how you've scoped the place out. Or you can just kind of investigate and see.
I mean, I think probably I'll do a flashback, because maybe right. I'm thinking Bosley probably looked up the plans to the place or something like that back home.
Cut back to that smoky bar you guys all were sitting around as Mr. Cuddles puffed out cigar after cigar into the air. And tell us what you discovered about the layout of the control room, where it is, what's in it. Go ahead and take it, Bosley, and I will give you a level in criminal, and you lose a level in bear.
Okay. So Bosley kind of runs in with like a printout of the plans of the place, and he's like, guys, I figured out exactly where the control room is. See, the penthouse is right here on the top, and you're gonna have to go through this part up here. Actually, it would be much better if you just climb up this pole, and I think the safe is right here. It's pretty much right there, but I'm gonna have to turn off the lasers first. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Here, you all have a copy.
All right. So Bosley, you have mapped out. You identified that the tower of the Ogimi Hotel is indeed the penthouse. You have a pretty good idea of the layout. You have mapped out the best possible entrance into the room, and if you want, you can go ahead and execute that plan right now to get yourself into the control room without being seen. That said, you don't know who else is in there, because you don't. Your knowledge from this flashback, you have a very good idea of the layout and the physical traps you were easily able to avoid until your friends had to avoid. You don't know what the manpower in the room will look like.
All right. Can Bosley get up to the control room and try to peek in?
Yes. You can go ahead and let's make a criminal check on this one, just to see what kind of,
3.
Okay. Yes. Using your knowledge, you easily get in, and you are able to scope the place out successfully. You see that basically this is once a very, very nice hotel room, but all the beds and furniture have been covered with tables, computers, cables everywhere. There's a big old wall of monitors that is just everything HoneyCon. It's 2 walls of monitors, of cameras flipping from view to view to view. You see we'll go into what you see on the monitors in a moment. But in the room, physically, you see 3 armed rangers, all uniformed, all like armed and very attentive. They're looking around. They're checking They're more focused on the camera wall than they are on the windows, in terms of where their security threat awareness is pointed at. And then seated, very still and very quiet, his hands folded on the desk in front of him, staring fixedly at all of these monitors, is a slight, dark-haired man in an impeccable ranger uniform. And you believe this is Ranger
Smith. Bosley says under his breath. Okay. So they're all inside of the command center, or
Yes.
is it the outside?
Yeah, so
They're inside of-
3 guards who are all carrying, and when I say armed, I mean they are carrying bear mace in particular. And they are, and then Ranger Smith is also armed, but he is seated and has his back to you.
All right. Well, Bosley's going to go back and tell Hakata and Brock about this. So he gets back to you guys. Guys, it's not good. The control room. There's a couple of armed guys in there, and they have like spray and stuff like that, and Smith is in there too, Ranger Smith.
Oh no, Smith.
It seems we might need to make a distraction. What did you see on the monitors?
Did I see anything on the monitor, Sarah?
Alan, you saw on the monitors, basically it looks like, I'd say 3/4 of the monitors are the HoneyCon convention, the main convention floor. There's a lot of trade show stuff, a lot of people sampling honey, a lot of honey fans, people in funny outfits like bears and bees and flowers and all kinds of like honey-themed cosplay, which 1/4 of the monitors are pointed at somewhere that looks very different, where people are dressed significantly nicer, and it looks like a high-end social gathering, very sophisticated. You see, in terms of a distraction, you can see that there are a lot of people on the floor who are managing the situation. You can see that Ranger Smith is like on the walkie-talkie he's like directing people, to trouble spots before they start. So yeah, if you created a significantly big distraction on the floor or in the VIP area, you could probably distract his attention. But he seems already pretty focused on this wall, in terms of probably causing a distraction would be something like, I don't know, somebody smashing in a window, or like you could do a distraction in this room that would maybe be a better distraction than what's on the monitors.
Okay.
Can I do a flashback at this point?
Yes.
So we'll flash back to the bar, and I will be saying, and that's when I come up the main road in the school bus.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Brock was seriously about to pick up the phone.
Yep.
We need to consult the boss, right?
So at this moment, Ranger Smith will see a polar bear in a school bus trying to get up the road to HoneyCon and start arguing with the other guards.
All right. So
I have a bus full of invisible children who need to get to the con.
sir, just wait right there for 1 second, sir. We'll be happy to help. No, seriously, it's like polar bear with like who's driving a bus.
Quit saying I'm a polar bear. I'm just a man with polaritis. It's a common condition. I'm sure you know 50 other people with polaritis. It's frankly insulting.
Oh, sir, I am so sorry. I did not mean to offer any insult to you. I do apologize. That was totally out of line. Wait, right here. Let me get my manager. No, I really need like a response team to this area immediately. And you can see on the monitors, Alan, that there are animal control officers that were running towards the back. They split, and now there's more. And half of them are running towards the ranger station. The ranger station on this road.
Rolling up the window.
Yes. The ranger station, and there is just the wooden arm in front of you, Mr. Cuddles. And as you are sitting there, though, I should point out that you are now at level 5 in criminal.
Yeah.
And level 1 in bear, and you can smell that honey. Now, you are only, maybe, the ranger station is 50 yards away from the Owani. It's just a parking lot away, and even over the smell of gasoline, you can see all these people carrying honey in, carrying their bags and bags of honey out, and you are just thinking more and more about how it would be so easy to just smash and grab. You have all the equipment you need.
Has Agent Smith come out yet?
No, he has not. He is still sitting at the table, though he has definitely risen from his chair. Actually, you know what? I will let you go ahead and make a criminal check to see if this is a sufficient distraction to get him to leave his chair.
5, which is now a success.
It is! That's a good thing, yes.
Nice.
You barely make it as you are...
You barely.
Ha! Barely. You're very lucky. And you do. Ranger Smith, at the sight of a polar bear driving a school bus on the monitor, you see him like, enhance! Enhance! And Alan, you hear very clearly him say, "That's not the bear I was expecting." And he gets up and he goes, "You, take over here. Actually, both of you, take over here. Keep your eyes peeled. We are looking for suspicious bears. You radio me immediately if you see anything. I'm going to go check this out personally."
Suspicious bears.
And and he snaps his fingers and gestures, and the third guy follows him out. So now Ranger Smith has exited the penthouse, and you're down to just 2 guys, both of whom are like looking at this wall of 50 monitors going, what? Bears? I don't get it, man.
All right,
So
he's at like G7. I'm only like, in terms of salary, I'm only at like, G3.
This is it, guys. Ranger Smith just left the control center. Let's take down those guys inside there. There's only 2 now.
Cuddles is good. I think he had me on speakerphone. I learned so much from him.
You start hearing over the speakerphone. You start hearing chewing.
We better hurry up, y'all.
All right.
Let's get up.
Brock, is that
we're
you?
mauling them, right?
Oh, wait. Yeah, that was okay. Never mind. Well, we could talk to him. We could talk to him if you want. Yeah,
Bosley is already running in, attacking.
Oh, all right, never mind.
All right.
On that.
What are you guys doing as Bosley goes in?
Hakata is going to follow. Hakata is absolutely also attacking.
All right, and Brock, do you want to take an action as well on this turn?
Brock's he's like climbed up to the window and is looking in and going, now everybody just stay calm. We don't. It's okay. Oh,
Okay, so I want. Okay, so Alan and Carolyn roll for bear with advantage. Alan, remember that you are only at 2 for bear now.
Okay.
And then Joshua, roll for 3 in criminal with advantage, because this is your face ability. So everybody go ahead and roll at advantage.
Okay, so I got a 1 and a 6.
Okay, so you are going to get that 1, and you are going to succeed
Nice.
in your... I'm just moving this to match the screen. This brain isn't- So, okay, and Carolyn, what did you get?
I got a 1 and a 5.
A 1 and a 5? Okay, so you get the 1 and you also succeed. And Joshua, what do you get?
And double 3s. Everybody stay calm.
All right.
Just stay calm.
So these 2 guards turn around and they see a grizzly bear at the window. But it's a very calming bear. This is like, both of them kind of have like flashbacks to Smokey the Bear, and they're like, oh. And then
Only
a
you
honey
can
badger
oh,
attacks each of them for full carnage. Bosley and Hakata, you each take one of these folks down easily. And there is, it's just, yeah. Brock hides behind his hat, and when you lower your hat again, it's just, the Rangers are gone, and there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood. You don't want to think about where they went, and there's 2 very, very happy honey badgers high-fiving each other, I assume.
Heck
So-
yeah. Carnage Bros.
Yeah, Brock, you can
no.
go ahead and climb in the window, and don't look under the table.
No.
The control room is yours, you guys. Congratulations.
All right.
You also have, you discover that you also have, you can see the vault now. You can see a pathway down to the vault. You can see Ranger Smith on his way across the lobby of the building. You can see everything. You have eyes in the sky. What would you like to do next?
Uh,
Oh,
ahead.
no.
well, hold on.
And appropriately enough, we shut down suddenly.
Everyone's coming back except Carolyn.
Let's contact for a second.
We're.
Okay.
But I'm here and I can see everyone.
Oh, we
Wait.
can hear. Okay.
There you are.
Is everybody back? Does everybody
There
have
you go.
visual and audio back?
Yeah, we just lost video on everyone for a second. And now
All right.
We never lost audio.
So Bosley, as he's still all like covered in blood, he's gonna jump up on the keyboards and start trying to figure out how to get past the safe security system.
Bosley,
Okay.
just kill all the security.
You got it.
Go ahead and roll for criminal.
Just one.
Just you can roll twice, yes, because this is your special skill.
Mine is swimming.
Driving.
Hey, who knows? We might fall into a river or something.
Maybe.
There is a lake.
I imagine
I
I
got-
swam to get to the bus.
I got a 3 and a 1.
A 3. Okay. Both of those are good enough to pass. So yes, you discover you can. There is no way to fully shut down security from where you're at, but you can shut down the cameras. You find a way that you can guide Hakata past the other security guards, but it does mean that she will need to cross the convention floor if she wants to avoid the worst of the security. She'll still have to kind of get her way through a laser bank, but if she can cross the convention center floor and take a certain vent, and then she only has to do one check basically to get into the vault.
What about the ceiling?
What about the ceiling?
Like, can I, instead of crossing the floor, can I cross via ceiling?
You can certainly try. It's still going to be a thief check. to acrobatics your way. You can go through the lasers, you can go over the lasers, but it'll still be the same check.
Okay. Is that going to be with advantage?
It will be when
That's
you
what
get
I'm going
there.
to do.
All right. So are you going to go ahead and...
I'm going to do that.
So you are going to go ahead and head on down to the convention center floor. I'm assuming, Bosley, you're going to stay up there and use the phones to communicate. Brock, what do you want to do? Are you going to go with Hakata, or are you going to stay with Bosley? Which blood-soaked honey badger will you be accompanying?
Oh, man. You know, I seem to remember that there's a lot of honey that might need to be carried. So I'm probably going to have to go with the one got human and dog all over.
Yep. You do see that animal control, there's not a lot of monitors on the outside of the lodge. It's more focused on the inside. You do see, though, with the couple of views you have, that animal control is clustering outside in the back of the lodge. They're like sweeping the area for signs of bears. And
You're
another group is in the front, and they are all approaching. They are formed a loose ring around the school bus. And so I'm going to cut back to you, Mr. Cuddles. So far, all of the animal control officers are kind of like, I don't know. Is there a plan for like a polar bear in a school bus? Is that like, wait, this isn't like somebody's activation. Like, I heard this was like the sequel to Snakes on a Plane, Polar Bear on a School Bus. Oh, I want to see that movie. That's so cool sounding, man. Oh.
Is Smith here yet?
Yes. Smith can be arriving at this very moment. You can see him in the distance, cutting across the parking lot with his, he's picked up another ranger, and so he's got two big guys flanking him as he approaches the animal control officers, the animal control officers are armed with shotguns as well as bear mace, and the rangers are only armed with bear mace.
Okay. I would like to get off the bus.
All right.
And I'm going to walk up on two legs, straightening my hat, flicking ash off my ever-burning cigar.
All right. As soon as you open the doors and step off the bus, the animal control officers are going to attempt to scare you, basically. They're going to attempt to, like, shoot! Ah! Like they do the big loud, like, noise to try to scare you away from the parking lot towards the woods and sort of herd you away from the people. What do you do?
I'm trying to walk up to Smith calmly and speak to him.
All right, so do you want to try, how do you want to get past the animal control office? Do you want to try to convince them you're a person? Do you want to try to, okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and then give me a criminal roll, and your criminal is very high.
2.
You easily, as soon as you get off the bus, what do you do? Because you easily convince all of these rangers that this is all part of the show. What do you say?
I'm going to walk off the bus. I'm going to take the cigar out, tip my hat to the rangers and say, "Howdy, fellas. You keep doing your good jobs there. Can't have any bears coming to the HoneyCon, can we?"
The animal control officers are all like, except the one guy who's like, I knew it. It's a guy in a bear costume. Gonna be a movie of the year.
Don't worry about it, fellas. You know, I heard there was a bear attacking some people out in the woods. I don't know about watching the road. Bears don't usually come up the road. I see my friend Ranger Smith over there. I'm gonna go talk to Ranger Smith.
Yeah, all the rangers are like, it's a no-go over here. It's just another activation. We're fine. We're on our way to you. And all the animal control officers peel off, and they're all like, off into the woods to go look for that grizzly bear that scared their buddy and brutally murdered a dog.
All right. So I'm gonna roll up to Smith then, And I'm just going to look down at him. And I'm going to give him a wink. And I'm going to say, howdy there, Smith.
And Smith narrows his eyes at you and says, well, well, well. Mr. Cuddles, I heard you were retired.
Oh, I'm retired. If there's one thing I don't do, it's break into HoneyCons and steal honey. You notice how I'm on the outside. You see, I got a bus full of invisible school children, and I'm here to bring them to the con.
And Smith gestures, and both of the rangers on either side, like, wah! And they're both going to spray mace at you. So I want you to go ahead and make a bear check now to shake off the damage, because they are both going to take a shot at you.
Guess what?
What?
Fail.
You fail, and you both, ah! And it hurts a lot. Yeah.
Ah!
What would you like to do?
I would like to...
I'm going to say that you're going to take a penalty because it failed, and you are... Basically, you can't see beyond, like, 15 feet away from you now.
I should have done this before I went to talk to Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to... I am going to yell, "Oh my God, a bear!" And then try and run back and hide behind the bus.
Make a criminal check.
Pass!
You did. You passed it. Both of these freaked out. Smith doesn't turn a hair, but his lackeys are both freaked out. They've never encountered any bear crime before like this, like you. And they both spin around, and they manage to spray each other in the face with their mace and go, "Oh yeah!" And Smith has to hit the deck to avoid being hit, and you escape. Where do you go back to?
I want to run behind the bus, but what I also want to do is look for a con attendee with some honey that I can try to like yoink as stealthily as possible.
You drop to all fours, I assume.
Sure,
and
why not?
You sprint behind the bus towards HoneyCon, and you are sniffing. You are.
Quick flashback of me saying, "If you want to pass for a human, never ever drop to all fours."
I would not, if I were you, do a flashback, because then you will go full criminal.
Oh, I wasn't doing that for the mechanic.
Okay, fair enough.
I was just saying.
All right. So you are going to charge. Go ahead and roll me. You know what? I will allow you as a free action to get yourself some honey if you describe to me exactly who you find and how you get their honey.
Okay, what I'm looking for is a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes these people, they get so stuffed on honey as they're walking away from the con to get back to their hotel.
That's right.
They'll have a bag with some honey over it. And when they're walking close together, their bags are bouncing against each other, and there's a lot of motion, and they can't always tell if you just reach in and take the honey right off the top. Whatever the top jar is, and then you've got some.
All right, so you are going to you're going to try to...
From behind when they're not looking.
Pickpocket.
Yeah.
So you get around, all right, I will let you make a final criminal check to see if you can pull this off.
1.
A 1. You scramble around this bus and head into the parking lot. And even as confused as you are, you manage to get yourself away from the screaming rangers, get yourself back up onto your feet, and blend into the crowd of people making their way out. And your wobbly people are kind of like detouring around you, like, oh man, this quality of entertainment
honey, am I right?
going down. And you do manage to successfully, as you bump into this couple, scoop out a small jar, a handful of little sample jars. And so you, yep. All right, and so you will go ahead and gain a level in bear and lose a level in criminal.
All right.
As you head into the con. All right, let's cut back to inside. Hakata and Brock, you have reached the main convention floor. The elevator doors, ding, open, and the two of you look out into this sea of humans. And the smell of honey is just overwhelming. It is like everything you've ever dreamed of. It is everywhere, but in very small quantities. Like everybody's, like there's so much of it, but everybody's got like a little stick with a bit of it on it. And you can see there's tables, there's people selling honey, there's people selling honey futures, there's people selling stocks in honey, there's people selling honeycomb, there's people who are talking about technology advances in honey. It's just honey, honey, honey everywhere. And for a second, just the noise and the smell is overwhelming. And then you've got your phone in hand, and Bosley, you are still on the line with them. And so, what do you want to do? As you, Bosley has already told you that you are going to need to cross this convention floor in a very particular pattern and order to get to the appropriate service door without being seen. So, what would you guys like to do next?
I would like, while I'm on the phone to Bosley, tell him if you can, darling, please just lock all of the doors to the outside.
But what about Cuddles?
Okay, if you can see him make it in before any of the Rangers, then fine. But once he's in, lock all the doors. I don't want any Rangers to be able to get in.
You see that, Bosley, you easily see Mr. Cuddles making his way over, see him licking honey on his way, and he doesn't have a tail at the moment. You think that if Hakata and Brock start walking now, they'll probably make it about halfway across the convention floor, right about when Mr. Cuddles hits the main doors.
I got it, Hakata. You can count on me.
Great. Let's move.
Act natural.
All right. Are you guys going to go ahead?
Yeah.
How are you going to walk across this floor? Are you going to, I assume, try to pass yourself off as bears or as humans in bear costumes?
I'm going to go ahead and scramble up onto Brock's shoulders as if I'm his child and just sit like on his shoulders.
Yeah, and Brock's gonna just lower his head for a second, do a little bit of a flashback to the
flashback. All right.
You be a human with a kid, or was it a pet? Well, either way, the kid. Because the pets don't work. Yeah, there's a kid on my shoulder now. All right, so now I kind of know there's a kid on my shoulder, and I'm just gonna be a stand up on two leg kind of human.
All right. So to be clear, are you doing an actual flashback where you want to gain a level in criminal and drop a level in bear?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. And so since you are jumping a level, go ahead and both of you guys give me a roll in criminal. And Joshua, you can roll with advantage.
Yep. Should have done 2 flashbacks. Got a 5.
Was that the best of your 2 rolls?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Carolyn, what did you get?
I got a 3.
A 3. Okay. So you guys trundle out onto the floor, and Brock, you were concentrating really hard. Like, you've got your hat down. You're like, human. Gotta be a human. Humans are great. Humans. What do humans do? Humans like to dance. And you start trying to do a dance, and somebody turns around and screams and says, "That dancing bear has a child on him!" And
Where?
and so far, like, you've got maybe a split second. Do any of you three have something that can? There's a
Wait, am I on the convention floor yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, dang.
Not yet. Do any of you three have a idea? You know what? Actually, sure. Yes. Let's say that is you made it halfway across the floor before you started dancing and gave yourself away. So you have just hit the doors to the convention center, and you can see them across the room. Bosley, you can see them on the computer screen. I will let you guys. All hell's about to break loose. You can each do one thing before the screaming and chaos begins. What would you like to do?
I'm going to yell out, "It's all right! It's all right! It's my kid! It's my bear! It's all right! I'm the trainer! Let me through, people!
Okay.
Nobody meant to scare anyone here! Come on down, Lucy! Come on down!"
All right. Does anybody else want to do something? Or do you want to let Mr. Cuddles go ahead and take that one?
I'm gonna let Mr. Cuddles go ahead and take that one and reach my 2 forearms out at him to get me off of.
There you go.
Okay, and so let's go ahead and resolve this. Go ahead and roll me a criminal check.
4.
Both of us?
Which is a success now.
And yes, and Carolyn, roll a criminal check too. Yes, that
2.
is a success. And yes, that is a success as well. And so both of you guys, everybody in the room, it goes from right before it's about to be a panic, everybody goes, "Oh, okay." And there's certainly still, people are very upset and very angry and giving you dirty looks like, "How dare you let a bear loose in here?" But there is not mass chaos and panic. And as you reach, you pick up Hakata, you sort of grab Brock by the...
I'm going to put a leash on him real quick.
Okay.
Which I obviously had.
Yes. And as you do that, one of the Rangers... Bosley, since you are now in... Actually, 2 things happen at the same time. One of the Rangers, because there are Rangers inside, not very many, but one of the Ranger staff reaches you, and it's like, "Sir, I'm going to need you to take the bear out of here. This place is not approved for..." And Bosley, at this moment, go ahead and roll me a criminal check to see if you are able to successfully lock all of the convention center doors.
I got 4.
Yes, and you are currently at 4 in criminal, so that is good enough. There is a loud whoop, and suddenly security shutters come down over the convention center floor doors, and boom, boom, boom. And a voice comes over, a pre-recorded voice comes over the loudspeaker, says, "This is a security alert. This is a security alert of the Ogimi Grand Lodge. Thank you for visiting the Ogimi Grand Lodge. Your safety is of the utmost importance to us. And as this pre-recorded message is playing, everybody is freaking out. There's flashing lights. There's the siren in the background. People are rushing towards the doors. It is chaos. You guys you do still have the Ranger next to you, but he is now distracted. Where do you want to go next? Do you want to try to make a dash for it? Do you want to try to talk your way past this Ranger?
In the chaos, I want to look for some unattended honey to steal.
All right. What else does everybody else want to do? Anybody else want to take an action?
I want to make a dash for the service door.
Okay.
Brock is gonna just lean over to the Rangers, sort of just his ear and go. These are not the bears you're looking for.
And Bosley, do you want to do anything from where you're at?
I think as this is going down, Bosley's gonna hack the sound system, and he's gonna start playing something like heist music.
Nice.
Nice. Yes.
All right. Everybody go ahead and roll. Carolyn, you're going to roll for bear. Bosley, you succeed. I'm not going to make you roll for that one. Brock, you're going to roll for criminal with advantage. And Steve, roll for bear.
Why am I rolling bear? I'm looking for honey to steal.
Yeah.
That's a bear roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stealing honey.
I guess. I was trying to be sneaky again.
Oh, well then go ahead and roll criminal.
I was taking advantage of the chaos and darkness. Well, either way, it's a pass. It's a 2. So I have found some honey.
Okay.
Off one of the con tables.
Yes, you successfully sweep that honey into your pocket.
Mouth.
Joshua. Yes.
Yeah, I got it too.
Yes. The ranger sort of staggers back from you and is immediately knocked over by a rioting crowd, and he is no longer a concern. Carolyn, what did you roll?
2.
Yeah, you right through the crowd, knock bowling over several people as you go, as you scamper through this crowded, darkened room. You make it to the service door, and boom, you're through.
Were we planning to take a break?
Sure. Do you guys want to take a quick break?
We usually do around 10 p.m., but I don't know if this is a good stopping point or not.
We can do that, yeah. We've probably got like maybe another 30 minutes to go.
Okay.
30 to 45. So if you guys want to take a quick break, we can certainly do that.
Let's do it. This is the chaos. The chaos has begun. Intermission.
If you're watching from home, put on the Mission Impossible music in the background.
Yeah, we can't put it on here.
Yeah, we can't put it on here, but put it on your song.
Hey guys, more than like 10 seconds, and we gotta pay for it.
Yeah. Let's bring it in.
Yep.
See you in a bit.
All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right.
Where's the thing? There it is. And we're back.
We're back. We're all rested, refreshed, ready. I've switched from coffee to rosé, so we're ready to get real in
I'm having
the
honey.
second half
Oh,
of Honey
man.
Heist. That's right. So, to pick up right where we left off, Bosley is our eyes in the sky. He has successfully taken, we have successfully taken the control room of HoneyCon, which is primarily cameras, but also does seem to involve the basic functions of the hotel convention center itself. Carolyn, as Hakata, our honey badger thief, has successfully made it through the service door and is on track to head into the vents, and from thence down to the vault. And Mr. Cuddles and Brock are on the main convention center floor in the middle of a panicking crowd. You just ate some honey, so you are moving. I did not move you before the break, but you are now back to 3 for bear and 3 for criminal. Joshua, you are at 2 in bear, 4 in criminal. Alan, you are at 2 in bear, 4 in criminal. And Carolyn, you are at 3 and 3. So let's go ahead and let's cut over to Bosley. Bosley, as you sit on your phone, keeping your eye on the screens, tapping away, checking to see the next phase of the hotel function, you hear a who's there? Are you there? I know you're here.
Uh,
And you look around and you see you look under the desk and you see the walkie-talkies from the Rangers that you viciously took down. The walkie-talkie is, are you there? Well, pick up the walkie-talkie, Bear.
Bosley's
You know
gonna have a
what's good for
flashback.
you. Go ahead. What do you flash back to?
He's gonna flash back to when he used to like steal computer parts, and he's gonna like remember the code for Rangers for when everything's clear.
All right. You take a flashback deep into your criminal history as you push deeper into criminal territory. All the many, many times you fought the Rangers, your old enemies, wily and dangerous servants of the public land. And you remember that all-important phrase that you can say into the radio. And you go ahead and you pick up the radio, and I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You give that okay phrase. What is that phrase?
Cheese sticks.
There's a pause.
Delicious.
And then there's a, well, that is a relief to hear. I was worried after, tell me what's going on. Why did the doors come down? I leave you guys alone up there for 5 minutes, and this is, by the way, Ranger Smith, I mentioned for my inability to do voices. And you do recognize this. What's happening up there?
We're just doing a normal security test. It's a test.
A normal security test in the middle of the convention.
Well, you gotta test all the times of the day, you know?
Oh my God, you guys are idiots. Sit right there, and you see on the camera, you see Smith has gotten back into the building, and he is beelining. He's at the elevator already, like pushing the button like this with one hand while he's like, you do not push anything else until I get up there. Do you understand me? You sit right there, you touch nothing. What's going on? Where there's a bear. There was a bear in the parking lot. Did that bear get inside? Tell me where the bear is. Big white polar bear.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
All right. Ranger Smith is heading up the elevator towards you, unless there's anything you want to try to do.
Is there any way I can mess with the elevator system?
Go ahead and roll a criminal check. You're very, very high criminal.
Just one dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And with advantage.
Okay. Whew. Thank God. Okay, my first roll is a 5. My second roll is a 4.
Well, you actually are at 5 in criminal right now, and only 1 in bear. So yes. So you feel like you are in the zone. You are in the hacking zone. You have never been alone with a system this long. You feel like you see everything. You are one with the Matrix right now. And awesome. What would you like to do? You have control of the elevators. What do you want to do as you see Smith in the lobby pressing the button?
Well, I'm going to let him get in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And then as it's going up, I'm going to stop the elevator and like an emergency stop. And I'm going to start playing like the I Love You, I Love Me song inside the elevator.
All right.
The Barney song?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, the Barney. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So
excellent.
You see on the monitor that's looking at the elevator, you see the and Smith stops and looks around, and when he hears the song, he looks up and he shakes his head and he looks straight to camera, as if right into your eyes, and says, Buddy, I don't think you understand just what you're up against. I'm not the problem here that you should be worried about. And we're going to cut to Carolynn. Carolynn, you have made it into the vents, through the vents, and dropped you have followed the pathway that Bosley laid out for you. And so you exit the vents in this basement room, and you walk out, and it is like you are suddenly in like New York's hottest nightclub. It is like night and day. Upstairs, there's like families and couples and like t-shirts and jeans and cheesy cosplay going like, ah. And down here, like everybody is like beautiful and expensively dressed, and the music is pumping, and there's lights, and it's just like you feel like you're in a completely different world. Like this doesn't even feel like the middle of the forest. Like what is happening? You easily can slide along the wall towards the service doorway that will lead you down to the vault. Is there anything you want to do in this room? You do see there are a few people that are like passing little trays of honey around and just like sniffing it like it's drugs. You know, club drugs.
Of course they are.
Yes.
No, I am going to stay on mission.
All right. Well, you get
And
down
I am going to get to that next service door.
Well, as Bosley lets you know, it is already unlocked, and so you are able to get there, and you are facing what looks like an empty corridor, but what Bosley has told you is in fact filled with this old school security laser bank. What would you like to do to get through it? Right now you cannot see it. There is some smoke drifting in from the club, and you've got maybe 15 feet to cover towards the locked vault door at the end of the hallway. And you can see with the smoke like the first 2 or 3 feet of lasers. Do you still want to take the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. So that means you are actually going to do a bear check instead of a thief check, because this is going to be a climbing challenge.
All right. Uno.
1?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure for a second if you said uno or oh no. Like very
Oh no, it's a 1.
Yep. And we just pan up as we across all of these lasers and I guess tilt up to you kunk, 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 digging your claws into the plaster of the ceiling, easily making your way across with all 4 feet. You drop down in front of this vault door, which is, of course, a simple lock for a thief of your caliber to open. Go ahead and let's make a criminal check. You can get it open, but the question is, can you get it open without tripping the alarm?
Is that going to be a thief check?
Yes, this will be a criminal check. So with advantage.
Okay. All right, so a 6 and a 1.
It's a good thing you got that 1. The 6 does not count and will not change your stat because 1 is the active thing. But yeah, for a second there, you see an alternate universe where you fail so badly that you actually forget how to be a thief for a moment and become a worse thief. But then everything clicks into place. The tumblers tumble, and the door opens as if to welcome you. And you see inside this vault nothing. You see 2 things. You see a wall of honey. Like it is honey that has been stacked up in these clear plastic bricks. So it is gleaming gold and amber and pale yellow, like millions, it seems like, different variations of honey in each
shiny.
strip. It is a lot. It is, you can tell we're looking at this, it is indeed worth millions of dollars. And there is no way you can carry them out by yourself. You can maybe get out, I don't know, maybe you can get out 500 grand worth is about what you can carry. But you do not, as a honey badger, you can't carry a lot. Like, and then the second thing you see in the center of this wall, of these 3 walls of honey, is this elevated platform and a little glass bell in the center of it. And inside this glass bell is a little piece of honeycomb on this little white, pedestal. And on that honeycomb is a tiny, tiny bee. And this, and there's a little piece of masking tape and a handwritten sign on it that says Miss Universe 2017.
Oh.
The Beauty Queen.
Nice. Nice.
All right, and so that's where you are, and we're going to cut back to the main convention center floor and check in on Brock and on Mr. Cuddles. What are you guys up to?
I am going to tap Brock and say,
Yep.
It's time, let's go. And
All right.
we're going to head towards the elevator banks.
Oh, yeah.
On the way, I want to try and get another load of honey somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Me too.
All right.
I'm gonna try and pickpocket one from someone who's maybe having a conversation at a desk, at a booth or something, and like try and get some out of a bag again.
Okay. The room has calmed down somewhat. People are still upset, but there's not panic. So people are starting to kind of pay attention. They've got, people who are at the tables are looking for looters or people up to no good, no honey goodniks. So both of you guys are going to need to roll criminal checks to successfully take honey without being spotted.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like lean past someone to get a flyer off a table, and then with my other hand empty their bag. That's a pass. I got a 2.
All right.
Yeah. I got a 1. The way that Brock does it is he's asking somebody in front of him, "Can you spare some honey?" And dips into somebody's background here.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Yes, and so Brock, you are back at 3 and 3 for criminal, and Mr. Cuddles, as you are scooping honey after honey after honey, you have dropped to 2 in criminal, and you are at 4 in bear, as you are.
And
All of this stuff just smells so good.
and then we reach the elevator banks.
Oh, you're going to the elevator banks and not the service store?
Right, we're going to the elevator banks. We're following Smith.
Oh, you are. Okay.
And as we enter the elevator bank, I'm going to do a flashback.
Okay.
So I'll be back at 3. And you see me in the smoky bar with my cigar, turning to Bosley and saying, "And that's when you slam the fire doors on the elevator banks and send that son of a bitch back down to us."
All right. Okay. And so, Bosley, that is, I'm going to move a level, and Bosley, that is indeed what you do. And Smith, you see him in the elevator kind of, as the elevator starts descending again, still playing the Barney theme song. But Bosley, as you do that, roll me really quickly a criminal check.
You heard me mention the fire
At
doors
advantage.
closing, right?
Yes.
Leaving us alone in the elevator bank.
Yes.
Criminal. That's a 5.
Okay. And so, since you are at 5 still for criminal, you probably wouldn't have noticed this if you weren't so in sync with everything and just one with the machine. But you notice sort of a flicker go across the screens down in the VIP lounge. And you hear a few like, in the VIP lounge. And suddenly, the camera pointed at the laser hallway cuts. And then a moment later, the camera pointed at the vault cuts. And then a moment later, your open phone call to Hakata cuts.
Oh no.
And Hakata, do you notice the phone going dead?
I would hope so.
Okay. Okay, so you go ahead and you are... what are you doing in the vault at this point?
Before the phone goes dead?
Yes.
Kind of looking around and trying to decide what I want to take before realizing I really need help taking stuff. So I'm going to try to use said phone to call the other bears for help.
Okay, your phone is not working. And as you're clicking at it, like, it's gone dead. And you realize that all the electronics in this hallway have gone dead. The lights are sort of we're already like this fizzy halogen stuff, so they're not affected. But and then you hear boom, 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 footsteps coming down the hallway, and a voice echoes down. Well, well, well. It looks like somebody else is intruding in my territory. Who's down there? Did you think you could take me on? That was pretty foolish of you. And the vault door swings open, and you see outlined in the doorway a huge grizzly bear wearing a pork pie hat. He says, "After all, I am smarter than the average bear."
Wow.
And we cut to the elevator lobby. And
So I'm gonna gesture to Brock to get on either side of the elevator doors.
Yep.
And wait for them to open.
yes, Bosley, you can still talk to these two guys if you want to, or anybody can. And remember, you can do flashbacks. So
I'm just gonna yell. I'm just gonna yell to them. Special delivery, boys.
all right. And so the elevator doors ding open, and nobody's in there.
Oh no! So I'm gonna come around the corner and say, "Hey, remember me?"
And if you look in, you see that the roof is the escape hatch, the emergency hatch in the roof has been propped open.
Can I see the cameras, like in the
Yes,
elevator shaft?
Go ahead and roll
Camera's
back.
in the elevator shaft, of course.
I'm actually going to
This
say
guy-
there's no camera in the elevator shaft, but you do roll back the tape a few seconds, and you see that when you were distracted with the vault, that Smith was actually like successfully ninjaing his way out, and he is presumably, from what you know, you can go ahead and turn on all the other elevator lobbies in the next floor. And one floor up, you see from the main floor, on basically the second floor, a guest floor, you see that it looks like somebody is trying to jimmy the elevator doors open.
I'm going to roll bear and try and get up there after him.
Do it.
1. I'm up.
Nice.
All right.
So if he's one floor up, that means he's literally on top of the elevator trying to open
That's
the
correct.
door. So I'm up there too.
Okay.
And I say, now, as I was saying, come on, Brock, get up here.
Oh, you need help up there?
Yeah, we gotta kill Smith now.
And Smith
right.
whirls
Yeah.
around like, no!
I'm gonna roll
And he
bear.
sprays you both. Yes, roll bear, both of you guys, to avoid
2.
getting sprayed with mace.
No,
Use-
I'm rolling bear to knock the mace out of his hand
okay.
and maul him to death for killing Jerry. That son of a
Okay.
bitch!
He had it coming!
He was my best friend! You asshole!
But yes, you successfully rend Smith limb from limb, drag him down the hallway. Brock, what would you
Hallway,
like
we're
to
in the
do?
elevator shaft.
No, drag him back down out of the hallway, down the shaft, yes, and into the floor of the elevator, and maul him mercilessly.
Well, that takes care of one problem.
Yeah. Brock is already going. You got this, boss. I'm gonna leave you to that.
I appreciate your backup.
All right, and then as you guys are having this conversation, Bosley, we're going to cut back to you. There is going to be suddenly all the screens fizz with static, and you tap away and try to get it back, and you realize that you're losing control. Like somebody's trying to hack the hacker. We're
Son
gonna
of
need
a
to
bitch.
have, and then you just see. So go ahead and as you are frantically typing, trying to get control back, you see the screens are kind of flickering back and forth between static, between visuals. You hear like screams coming from the VIP lounge as that dramatic smoke suddenly swells and rises, and you see people starting to cough and gag and collapse, and suddenly a word starts flashing on the screen, and it just says, boo, 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 boo. Go ahead and roll me a criminal check to try to get control back of the computer systems.
Son of a bitch.
Great.
Okay. Oh boy, I got 1.
You got a 1. That's
yeah.
easily, yes. You wrest control back. You chase down all the back doors. You find the back door that he is using.
Not today.
This mystery hacker, whoever he might be, and you close it down and you shut him out, and you are back in control of the tower. And as you do, though, you're starting to think, you can see that whoever this person is, whatever's going on, that gas is starting to rise and seep through the vents into the main convention hall floor.
Oh shit.
The VIPs are going down. You can't see into the vault and the tunnel, so you don't know what's happening there, but you can see somebody's opening up a pathway to go straight through this room, and you think you could probably use that pathway to get from the vault out to the forest. It would be so easy just to take it all for yourself. And we're going to cut back down to the vault. Hakata, you've had plenty of time as this bear is coming down the hallway, taunting you. You are in a vault that is, solid 10-foot walls that are bricks of honey that are, movable. Like, they're not all in a wall. It's piles of honey, like gold bullion around the corners of 3 walls. The bee on the honeycomb in the glass bell in the center. What do you do when this bear swings the door open and to find you in here? Where are you? What are you doing?
Can I say that I've climbed up the wall on top of the door?
Yes, absolutely. Do you want this to be a sneak attack? You want him not to see you when he comes in the door?
This is absolutely going to be a sneak attack.
All right. Then I would say go ahead and roll for criminal, because he's going to be expecting some kind of shenanigans. So you're going to have to pass a criminal check and add advantage, because as a thief, this is what you do. You're sneaky.
All right. It's going to be 1 and 2.
Okay. Yeah. You. So the bear delivers his speech, swings open the door. Well, now what the hell? And he puts his hand to his ear. Hey, boo-boo. I thought you said that the other bear was down. And what would you like to do right now?
Carnage.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a bear check at advantage. And I am actually
4 and
going
1.
to do a roll off as well. So you get well, actually, I guess I'm not, because that was a 1. I am going to do a bear check for this guy, just to see. He also rolled a 1. So yeah, you take this guy, this mystery bear, who could he be, by surprise.
Badger don't care.
That's right. And you are slashing at him, screaming, and he is not able to just shake you off, but at the same time, he is still on his feet and holding you back. So you are going to, and now he is going to attempt something in return. He is going to, what is he going to do? He's going to...
Karate.
Yes, he is going to karate. Thank you, dear. That's a great idea. He's going to karate you, and this is going to be a criminal check, because obviously... Sorry. This is wrong. Because obviously this bear is higher in criminal than he is in bear at this point. Yeah, he easily passes that. And so let me have you, Carolyn, make me a bear roll really quick. I'm making up my own bear versus bear
Yeah.
I like it.
This mechanic is not in the game.
mechanic, yeah. Just a straight roll,
5.
just a single roll. Okay, yeah. He knocks you down to the floor. He is 3 times your size, and you skid across the floor of the vault and land face first, smash face first into bricks of honey that tumble down on top of you.
Now I'm mad.
And he laughs and says, "You thought you could." What was the voice I was going with for this one? You thought you could just come into my territory? And he is going to start just grabbing honey and piling it behind you, just leaving you on the floor. You can see behind him, he has brought in with him some sort of high-tech, it looks like trolley, hand cart. But it looks like it is a nice one that seems to be floating actually a few inches above the ground instead of being on wheels. Like it's actually a magnetic one that is floating on an air cushion over the floor. And he is chucking this honey onto the hand cart. He says, what would you like to do at this point? He points, I'll say one more thing he does. He points to you and he says, you stay down. Maybe I'll let you live.
I would like to just point out, Brock and I are in the elevator, and Bosley's still got control of the elevator,
Yes.
right? So he's obviously got to be sending us down to the vault to help carry stuff.
That's right. Would you like to cut back? Is that what you guys are going to be doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the obvious next move. Is that
All right.
we would send her in to open the vault door, and then we'd come down as the big guys to carry the honey.
Yep.
All right, then we will cut back to you guys.
Yep.
As you guys are getting into the elevator, you also notice this smoke is rising, and your eyes are starting to water, and you're starting to cough. And now panic is rising again as people are trying to get out. You can hear through the doors, through the fire doors, people are desperate to get out of here. I want both of you guys to roll for a bear check.
Weren't we already in the elevator? Because we'd gone in to get Smith.
Yeah, but the smoke is getting to you. The smoke has risen through the building.
All right, I got a 2.
Uh-oh. I got a 4.
All right, so Mr. Cuddles, you see this coming, and you easily keep your nose above it. But Brock, as the elevator,
Brock's distracted by the blood.
Brock, you are trying to look
everywhere.
You are hunched in and trying not to see the crumpled body of the ranger wearing a hat that looks disturbingly similar to your own in the elevator. And as soon as the elevator doors ding open to the VIP level, you go through straight into a cloud of smoke into your face. And so you are going to take you are now basically going to be coughing and choking and be unable to sneak up on anybody for the next couple of rounds.
Yep.
All right.
You know it.
And so that's you guys. Bosley, as you are sitting in your control center, the other walkie-talkie clicks to life underneath you, and you hear a voice saying, Hey, who's there? You're pretty good for a bear.
Who is this?
His voice comes through and says, you can just call me Boo.
Boo?
Listen, man.
The legendary hacker Boo?
You flatter me. But yeah, that's me.
I thought you were dead.
I will be after this last job. Get the millions in honey. Get the queen bee to make more. It's the whole picnic basket, as my friend would say. But listen, man. That's some good hacking you out there. Here's the deal. We can't make it all the way out unless you open the doors. So my question to you is, what's it worth to you? Your friends are going down. My buddy's already got your thief on the ropes. Your other friends are walking into poison. You want to get out of this alive with a share? Or do you want to make the smart play? And Alan, I am going to need you to make a bear roll.
Ooh.
To
Okay.
see if you, and you are at 1. You need to roll a 1.
You're kidding.
Ah!
Wow.
Oh!
That's a real thing that happened.
You go up a level. You don't even need the honey.
You bared out through sheer willpower.
The power of bear friendship goes through you.
Yeah. Oh, you care.
And you flash back, not to the criminal conspiracy, but to all the times, all the little moments that were on the cutting room floor, of Hakata climbing down into the pit with you to get you involved, high-fiving Hakata as you murdered those rangers, laughing at Brock as he tried not to slip in the guts of the rangers that were all over the floor.
There's so much carnage.
Stealing a cigar from Mr. Cuddles when he wasn't looking. You pull that cigar
That son
out.
of a bitch.
You pull that cigar out of your pocket, and what do you say to Boo? What's your big line?
I put the cigar in my mouth, and I say, I hate to be the bearer of bad news,
Mm-hmm.
but I ain't selling out my friends.
And as you do, you hit the AC button, and a blast of cold air goes through the whole building as the fans whoosh all of that poison gas out. Brock and Mr. Cuddles, you suddenly have a clear path down to the vault hallway. In the vault, Hakata, you look up from the floor and see
Bear run.
the bear criminal look around like, Boo Boo, what's going on? Boo Boo. Hakata, what would you like to do?
Absolute carnage.
Yes! All right, go for the absolute carnage. Roll bear at advantage.
1 in 5,
Yeah,
because I already rolled for it.
you take him down in a brutal. You go for the knees, you go low.
Ooh.
And he
Can we
is
help?
just unprepared. Yes.
Yeah, we're coming in too.
It is just, a slow-mo montage to an ironically upbeat song. As Hakata, you take him down to the floor. Mr. Cuddles, you come down the hallway. You do like a cool move where
I'm
like
already
you
covered
jump,
in blood from before.
you jump on that floating cart and like on your knees, you like do a knee slide down the hallway and crash into him. Brock, are you participating in this?
You know what? Brock is running right behind, like learning from the old man, and then okay, we throwing our hands up in there.
But you now see the vault full of honey, and this guy's trying to get it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Does
no.
that change anything?
Brock
It's
very
a-
carefully starts picking up the honey that you've knocked off the cart and putting it back on the cart,
That's what
keeping his
Brock's
back
doing.
to what's going on behind him in the vault.
Back turned, just totally like, oh, it's all right. I'll carry the bags.
So
Yes.
when
And so-
Call back.
when Yogi's dead, I want to
Yes.
say to my two companions, we might need to run out of here pretty quick. I'm telling you guys, have some honey now. It'll give you the energy you need to make a break for it in a couple minutes. And I'm gonna eat a jar.
And sure enough, even as you do,
Yeah.
Bosley,
Yeah, you-
the walkie-talkie crackles, and you hear on the other end, "You bastards! What have you done? I'm taking you down if I have to go down with me!" And boom!
Bring
the
it.
fire alarm goes off, and you see, Bosley, on the screens, all those animal control officers that are outside suddenly spin around and start forming and start charging in towards you guys. And by now you have loaded up the handcart and you guys are pushing it through the VIP lounge, floating it over the unconscious bodies of the VIPs.
Grabbing more honey as we go past.
Yes.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Grabbing,
More-
you've got,
more honey.
yeah, you figure you've got maybe 5 million in honey. Who's got the queen bee? Is it on the cart? Who's somebody carrying it?
Hakata has to have it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
busy.
I've
Yeah.
got her, but I've also eaten a thing of honey.
All right.
I'm gonna eat a
So-
second thing of honey as we go.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hakata has had honey, so you're gonna go to level 4 in bear and 2 in criminal.
Yep.
Mr. Cuddles,
I'm now at 5 in bear and 1 in
5
criminal.
in bear and 1 in criminal. Brock, what have you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the old man again, and we're just gonna keep eating for a little
How
while.
many do you want? 1?
Let's do the 2. We'll do the
All right.
5 and 1 thing.
You are going to 5 in bear and 1 in
As we're
criminal
gonna run.
as you guys make it to the elevator. Bosley, you are up in the tower by yourself with no honey. What do you want to do?
Man, I'm gonna try to.
Why is there a tower?
I'm gonna try to do like a like a mission thing where I'm gonna try to time it to when they're driving off. I'm gonna try to jump on the hood.
Okay. So do you... I will let you do that if you do a flashback to set
Yeah.
that up. So that will mean you'll be back up to 5 in criminal and 1 in bear. So if you want to do that, we can do the flashback where you're like, and then as you're making your getaway, I'll jump out
Yeah.
of the tower.
Yeah, exactly.
All
That
right.
means, that means we have to be leaving in the school bus.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I was planning to go
Yeah.
back to the Humvee, but nope, we're leaving in the school
That-
bus.
That's right.
School bus.
I will let you, since it is a flashback, I will let you, Joshua and Steve, I will let you go down a level so that you're at
We don't
2
want
in
to.
criminal. Okay.
We
I
ate
just,
the amount of honey we wanted to be
there
here.
you go. All right. So
I'm
you
speaking for
guys,
both
we
of
can
us.
flashback
Yep.
and then eat some more, but
Yeah, why?
all right. And so, Bosley, you are back at 5 and 1. 5 in criminal, 1 in bear. And you are still the eyes in the sky as these guys, the elevator dings open at the lobby level and you you open the doors, I am assuming, at this point, correct?
Yep.
And you guys have a clear exit. Everybody is confused, everybody is groaning. The 3 of you make a break, I'm assuming, straight across the con floor. There's a couple rangers, but they are too groggy to stop you.
Yeah.
And you barrel out the
Ah.
doors into the parking lot, into the clean light of freedom, straight ahead of you as you barrel through is Brock and Hakata, a familiar figure, a animal control officer still holding a tattered leash, the end bloody and ripped apart by claws dangling from his wrist as he jumps in front of you guys with his shotgun that he points at you, Brock, and he says, "This is for killing my dog!" And he
Damn.
and he fires at you, the pure innocent soul. Go ahead and roll me a bear check.
okay. It's a 1.
Oh, wow.
He fires, and it just, he is far enough away that you just absorb the shot. You drop to all fours, and it goes straight over your head, and you are charging at him.
And and I would totally love to just turn that right into a terrify.
Yeah.
As I'm running straight at him, roaring.
Yep. Roll
Nice.
another bear check for me, just for laughs.
4, so
Yep. You are at 5 in bear. So yeah, he screams and he just faints dead away in the doorway. And you can just go straight over him.
Yep.
All of you.
This is not your day.
I'm
Out
stomping
the
on him
woods.
as I go past.
And this
Just looking
great,
at his face.
and thus we leave this selfless civil servant unconscious, bruised and bloodied on the floor.
There, honey.
Yes. As you charge through, the next thing you see is there is a whole parking lot full of people, all of them holding bags of honey. And as you three bears come barreling out, they turn and they see clearly. Oh, do you want to even try to hide that you're bears at this point?
Hell no.
They scream and scatter. And the animal control officers who are circling around the building are suddenly having to wade through panicky people fleeing into the woods, running off the dock and jumping into the lake. And so you have the time you need to make it to the school bus and get all of this stuff up
And
onto the school bus.
Rip the back door off so we can
That's
just
right.
jam the whole cart inside.
Correct.
Yeah.
You jam the whole
Yeah.
cart in, and so you are going to need, though, in order to pick up Bosley, you're going to go ahead and get into position to make this jump. And Steve, you are going to have to roll a successful driving challenge in order to get yourself through the crowd, close enough to the tower to be close enough for Bosley to make that leap. And Bosley, you're going to have to roll a successful bear challenge.
Shit.
This is great.
You can roll at advantage, and
Why?
because it's driving, which is your
No,
skill.
my skill is swimming.
No, but your roll. You can
No,
roll for
but you're a
advantage
The
on your
driver,
roll.
that's your role.
Yeah, you just haven't gotten to do a lot of driving.
Well, I'm rolling criminal, yeah?
Yes.
Well, before I do, as soon as we've got the honey loaded in, and we've got Brock in the back making sure the thing doesn't fall out the door we just ripped off,
Yep.
and I'm going to sit down in the chair, and I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to have a flashback.
Yes.
Oh.
What do you flash back to?
I'm going to say, now, we're going to need that honey to make sure we can get out of the building. Now, honey will rile a guy up. But I learned a technique from some Tibetan monks to lower your heart rate and achieve inner peace and be at one with the honey. It'll just take me a second, and then I'll drive us out of there. 1.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. You successfully.
Didn't even need the flashback.
No, yeah, maybe I did.
You didn't.
I didn't,
Because that was,
actually.
that was enough. But you have a little bit of breathing room now.
Yeah.
As you meditate, you feel one. You throw the car into gear and you accelerate straight at the building, dead on.
Can
to
I add?
exactly?
Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. Can I
No,
add
go
a
for
bear
it.
check to my criminal check to swing the back end of the bus into some of the animal control people as we go?
That's also going to be a driver check. But
I'm going to just try it.
All right.
Yeah, they're both successes.
Okay. You take out a few extra animal control people on your way. You go "Wah!" as they are flung aside.
You see that, Hakata?
But don't worry, their workers
Yeah,
comp will cover
buddy.
everything.
Aha!
It'll be great.
Yeah,
They're fine.
There's
Can
5
Brock-
less
They're
of them.
fine.
Can Brock do just a quick flashback?
Yeah.
And he hears Mr. Cuddles go now, Brock, you need to close your eyes when I start driving that bus because there's gonna be a lot of people getting in the face that I'm just gonna ignore. No, better yet, I'm not ignoring them. I'm just hitting them.
Okay. You do have that flashback. You close your eyes and you are at peace as Brock accelerates towards the building. You saw Bosley. Bosley, are you climbing out the window? Where are you?
I'm gonna be climbing out the window, and I'm kind of like holding onto the side of the building, waiting for him to like come by.
Do you have
Hakata,
like
what
just-
are you doing?
a cable that you're just dropping down on?
No cable. Just he's just gonna do it like a leap of faith kind of thing.
Nice.
All right.
Hakata, what are you doing in the bus right now?
Hakata is also having a flashback.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you thinking
that's
about?
so many flashbacks.
I'm remembering that because we are doing a quick drive-by to pick up Bosley, that someone will need to be up to possibly catch him.
I
if
love it.
need be.
You can you can assist Bosley when he makes this jump, and so you can go ahead and take that flashback to 3. And what we'll do is that both of you guys will roll for the jump, and if at least, and Carolyn, if you succeed, even if Bosley fails, you'll be able to catch him. So that's how we'll manage that mechanic. But Bosley, as the bus barrels towards you and you look down and you see Hakata just ready to catch you, you see Mr. Cuddles just totally at peace as he mows down animal control officers. You see Brock going, la, 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 la. And you see, climbing out from underneath a seat, murder in his eyes, and bear mace in his hands, a tiny little sun bear with murder in his eyes. I think I said that twice, but
Yes,
he's got
you did.
two
That's
eyes and they're both murderous.
He's climbing out
And
above Bosley.
He is climbing out from under a seat in the bus, and he is going for Brock, whose eyes are closed.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Everybody can... You only have one shot. Everybody can make one move in the next few minutes, in the next turn, basically, as Bosley is getting ready to... Bosley is jumping, Hakata is catching, Brock got his hands over his eyes, and Mr. Cuddles is driving. So I
Okay.
need everybody to decide what they're going to do.
I mean, I can't do anything because I'm gonna be jumping. So
I'm gonna be catching.
yeah.
As I continue with my driving meditation, I'm going to have another flashback.
Okay.
It's going to be me back in that room saying, and the thing about killing Smith is, it's kind of a twofer. Because when you kill a ranger, you can take his gun. And then I'm going to turn around with the rifle and blow away the sun bear.
All right. I'm going to have you make a criminal check to successfully hit Boo Boo. And I'm also going to have you make a criminal check to successfully continue driving, but you cannot do it at advantage anymore because you are going to be
this is
doing
for the
two
gunshot?
things. For the gunshot.
2.
You-
He's dead.
Boom! Brock, you have going la la la, bang! Ah! Poof! And then roll again.
4.
4! Okay. All right.
Uh-oh.
So
Uh-oh.
the bus swerves unexpectedly. Both of you guys make your rolls. If you both make your rolls, you're going to successfully catch Bosley.
Please save, because I did.
You got a 3?
I got a 2.
Oh, perfect, yeah. What did you get?
5.
Damn it.
The bus swerves. Hakata, your perfect grab. Boom. He goes straight past you and wonk into the bus. Mr. Cuddles, you hit the brakes, and Bosley, you slide down the bus. And you sit there for a second and all is quiet. and then you get up and go, ow. And you climb into the bus and you drive away. And that's the end of the adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
I love him, guys.
Yeah.
And for years, people debate if the final scene meant that Bosley actually died, and this is just a scene like of all of you guys, like this is some sort of vision of heaven of his, where he imagines he made it, or did he really make it? And why would the director have done that? Like, it didn't make any sense. And yes, and so the audience goes into the lobby debating what it really meant as you guys drive into the sunset with your load of honey and your queen bee who can make you more honey.
I just did one more roll to see if I had been allowed my advantage on that last drive check.
Yeah.
We would have caught Bosley.
And that is Honey Heist, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to the players.
That was
Thank
great.
you to our audience. Thank you to Grant Howitt for
Yes.
creating a spectacular game that is so fun and flexible. And
I love it.
And
It's a really fun
next
time.
week, I misspoke at the top of this session and said that next week we were going to be back, but we have one more week. And I think, Alan, you were going to do Mothership. Is that right?
Yeah, it might be Mothership, or we might just do Fiasco. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how I feel.
We'll announce it during the week.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks, everyone. Thank you, Sarah, for
right.
running an awesome game.
my pleasure.
Good
Yeah.
job. Good work.
I love being a
That was so
cranky
much fun.
polar bear.
Right.
Love being a honey badger.
Oh, man.
It was a truly bearable experience.
We're so very grateful you were all with us.
I can't come to grips with how many times you said barreling without acknowledging it. All right. Well, thank you,
Good
everyone.
night.
We'll see you next week. And peace out.
Look for the bearness